We just apologize, heard some horrible language that doesn't belong anywhere on our broadcasts as far as I'm concerned.
We talking sky business.
Dinger! Dinger! Dinger!
It's not how long ago, understand? How long it takes to grow up. Because what is, from beginning to the end, you can never change.
Welcome to the business. Here with your boy. Glad you made it. Wouldn't be the same without you. Dingergate. I live in Colorado. I'm filming right now in Denver where it's about 100 degrees outside. I cheer for the Milwaukee Brewers. But,
Strike one.
My secondary team is the Giants, and
Strike
my third
two.
team is the Colorado Rockies. My history with the Rockies goes back. Their mascot, Dinger, I know the guy. I really know him in real life. Friend of a friend. Last time I saw him was at a kid's birthday party. But great guy, gentleman and a scholar. I have a friend who's an executive with the Rockies, who I hope has nothing to do with the story. Hopefully she's on vacation right now. Dinger and the N-word sound very similar. So I can't blame anybody who's never been to a Rockies game, who doesn't know the mascot's name is Dinger, for thinking that this was a racial slur said. I've been in the stands and heard people calling for the Rockies mascot. His name is Dinger. I've heard this happen many times where people who yell out, Dinger! 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 The first time it happened, I looked at my friend next to me. He knew exactly what I was thinking, and he said, the mascot's name is Dinger. And just cleared that up for me. And we had a good chuckle. That was the end of it. So let's just check out how it went down and what the Rockies had to say about it.
We just apologize, heard some horrible language that doesn't belong anywhere on our broadcasts as far as I'm concerned.
3 yesterday. Here's the 1-0. And again, it's 2-0. And this is not to pick on Ben. Hits today. 3 yesterday. Here's the 1-0. And again, it's 2-0. And this is not to pick on today. 3 yesterday. Here's the 1-0. And again, it's 2-0. And this is not to pick.
The Colorado Rockies are disgusted at the racial slur by a fan directed at the Marlins' Lewis Brinson during the 9th inning of today's game. The Rockies have zero tolerance for any form of racism or discrimination. Any fan using derogatory language of any kind will be ejected and banned from Coors Field. Did the Rockies even look at that tape before they put out that statement? That's a big question that I have in my mind. Because if anybody who's ever been to a Rockies game, you look at that tape and it's pretty obvious that this guy's calling for Dinger. He's looking over at Dinger. Dinger's right there. Dinger, luckily, thank God Dinger was in the frame. If I hadn't been to so many Rockies games, these people would have put a battery in my back. And I would have thought the same thing. If there's anybody who should be familiar with people calling out that Dinger name, it is somebody who works for the Rockies. But in the rabid, irrational, crazy world that we live in, instead of just listening to it, instead of listening to what was said, and just all you had to do, it wasn't just a matter of sound, it was a matter of sight. If you looked at the guy, you see him looking and pointing over to his right. He's looking, he's pointing while he's saying that word. And so obviously the word is not directed at the batter. Whoever's in charge of the Rockies PR department, whoever put out that statement, has to be fired. So the Rockies came out with another statement once they figured out that they were idiots. And nowhere in their second statement does it mention any apology to this guy that they accused of that or anything like that. Let's check out what the batter has to say about this after he found out that he was not called a nigger.
I watched the video at least 50 times in the past 15, 16 hours.
50, bruh. 50?
Watched it a lot, especially when I heard that, he said dinger instead of the N-word.
You appear to be disappointed by that, bruh.
I personally, this is, again, my personal opinion. I personally keep hearing the N-word. It's not that I want to hear it. I'd never want to hear that word. Personally, I've never been called that in person to my face on the baseball field, outside the baseball field ever.
Bruh, I know you praying for it, but it still hasn't happened.
So I don't know what my reaction or anything would be if I got called that. But again, personally, I've never been called that on the baseball field or off the baseball field. But I know a lot of black players have, and it's disgusting. It needs to stop, like right now. I do get maybe once a month called the N-word on Instagram.
Now, that's a whole nother episode, but the gram ain't real life, bruh.
Go back and say to that fan that is getting probably, a bunch of backlash from it. I am sorry for, if you did say dinger, maybe change the mascot's name. It sounds a little similar. Right now, I know it's a lot of people, and I'm getting a lot of love and support on Instagram, and I'm sure on Twitter. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly, 100%.
All right, so I will say the man did issue kind of like a half-hearted apology. If you did say it, I apologize. I mean, which is better than most of them would do. I'll give him that credit. But 50 times, bro? You had to watch it 50 times after it was already cleared up for you and you knew what he was saying and you saw the mascot there? You had to watch it 50 times, bro? So I'm actually not going to knock Lewis Brinson. I don't know if he's cognizant or unwitting. I got to do a little more research on him. But let me also say this. There is no nigga who's never heard a nigga say the word nigga. It's just impossible in America. You hear it all the time. And no matter how they say it, the GER or the A, it's not going to hurt your feelings that much. It really doesn't. So you got two groups. You've got a group of people that understand the financial gain that they can make from being a victim of racism. And then you have people who have a battery in their back and they really are out here searching for racism. I think like that kind of blatant getting called the N-word is so rare in that way that it's almost like the candy man. Like if you're not looking for him, he's not going to come. You got to get in the mirror and say his name 5 times. And that's kind of how racism works. If you're not looking for it and you're not worried about it, it's not in your life. Now, when it is, boo-hoo, big deal. He called you a name. You're a grown-ass man. Cheer up. But I understand the play here. There's a lot of money to be made from being a victim. So if put in the shoes where I stood to make millions of dollars from being a victim, I would probably hear the same thing. I would probably be listening to the tape right now, and I'd be doing the Lewis Brinson. So I can't knock you, bro. But I will say this to him. Get your money, little nigga. I ain't mad at you. Until next episode, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification so you know when I drop a new episode. And in the words of Lewis Brinson, get your money, nigga. Holla.
It's not how long I've been rastas. How long it takes to grow up. Because what is from beginning to the end, you can never change.